Yo, what is happening everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I really hope you guys enjoyed the previous videos. I know it's been a while since I actually posted. I was extremely busy, man, and I never thought YouTube is gonna be this much work. Putting out interesting content for you is all what it's all about. Today's video is gonna be a little bit different, and it's actually thanks to you guys. I've been reading your comments, I've been reading your DMs, and today's video is gonna revolve a little bit around of how to approach a wild animal. And one thing that is really for sure is these dogs are extremely active when it's days like this, man. It is just cloudy all the way around. Days like today, which is overcast, cloudy, it's been raining all night, they are just little bundles of energy. We're also going to talk a little bit about the do's and don'ts whenever approaching a wild, semi-wild or tame wild animal. So obviously this guy is the showstopper, man. He is my absolute favorite. There he goes, out of brand, that's okay. But the rest of the pack is just absolutely gorgeous. They're looking beautiful this morning, and with all the rains, they're all washed clean, except for this guy over here. He is absolutely dirty. And we don't blame him for that, but it's extremely good news. So today's video is gonna revolve around whenever you approach a wild, semi-wild, or even a tame wild animal, what are the do's and don'ts? So there's a lot of things that you need to take into account. Obviously, all depending on where are you going to approach this animal. Is it by a sanctuary? Is it by a zoo? Is it literally when you're out in the bush camping and suddenly a lion strolls past, or a leopard or anything like that? What are the do's and don'ts? Fair disclaimer, never try and run away from a wild animal, and there's a very good reason why. There's probably a 0 chance that you'll be able to outrun many of the wild predators out there, because all of them are super fast, unless you're someone like Usain Bolt that can run extremely fast speeds for only a short burst of no. So tip number 1 is do not run away from any wild animal. The best thing to do in those situations is to keep your eyes locked onto the animal and slowly move backwards. If your whole group, try and get the group into a single file line, so you guys are all in one straight line, so you don't appear too big for the animal. Most predators are opportunistic animals, so you don't really want to draw too much attention from them. Do read up about as much wildlife as possible. If you are someone that loves to go and camp and you live in South Africa or any other remote area in Africa itself, there are a lot of various animals that you need to study up on and just get a little bit of background and information on them before you head out into the bush and suddenly stumble upon one of these wild animals. That is not a very clever thing. So tip number 2 is do some research, do a little bit of studying, watch an interesting, informative program about wildlife, especially African animals, or wherever you are going, go and read up about these animals and make sure that you gather some knowledge pertaining the animal and obviously how to identify which animal it is. Number 3. This is going to follow up on tip number 2. For these animals right here in front of me, they are semi-wild because they are used to me, but I don't want to take my chances and get anywhere too close to them because something bad might happen. So for a semi-wild animal, I never approach them too close, and I never want to try my luck. I always try and respect the animal as much as possible, and obviously respect what these animals can do to me. Being that these are pack animals, for those of you that don't know, these are African wild dogs, and they are extremely good hunters, so I don't want to push my luck, and in the case where one animal attacks me, I have 20 dogs jumping on my back, which is going to be game over for me. Oh, what's it? Go on, let me out of your sight. No, come on. They're just so energetic. Fourth and final tip, I actually came over to the cheetahs to explain to you guys a little bit better. Whenever approaching a tame wild animal, there are some things that you really need to take into account, and that is never bow down or approach them with your face pushing forward to the animal if you don't know the animal. The people that have established a bond with these animals have worked with them probably for many years to have established a bond that unique and that close with the animals. So whenever you get the opportunity, and I know most of you are going to probably be so excited whenever you get to have that opportunity approaching as they say, a tame wild animal, you just want to go in head first and obviously spend as much quality time with the animal and obviously get to know how the animal works and how they feel and all that. There are really some things that you need to take into account whenever you approach any animal. I know for most people, they really just want to interact with these animals and obviously spend as much time with them as possible. Being able to say that you have interacted with a wild animal is just really extraordinary, and for most people that grew up watching all of these documentaries and animal programs of people actually working with these animals. It creates like this dream and goal for being able to interact with these animals. And I understand it completely. I must say it is an amazing privilege for me being able to get up and close with any of the animals that I'm able to interact with. For most of these animals that I'm able to interact with, it has taken many years for me to form like this type of relationship or this type of bond that I have with them. But getting back to the tip that I wanted to explain to you guys, whenever you approach a tame wild animal, listen to the person that is taking you with them. Everybody that is able to interact with these animals know a lot about their behaviors, the characters, and the animal itself. So first of all is listen. Second of all, don't just go in and rush in head first. Take into account what the animal's behavior is. Don't be scared. I don't know if this is really a thing or not, but if you are scared, these animals will be able to pick up on it, and we never know what the reaction might be. Maybe they will still accept you or allow you to get closer, or they can actually react negatively on your fear that you are showing. So the key thing to do is to stay positive and stay confident, but always remember to respect the animal. I know a lot of you have been DMing me and commenting about how I established my relationship with these animals, and obviously there's a lot of things that went into being able to get this close to animals, and I thought I'd just share a little bit of it with you guys. It's not necessarily to say that if you follow those tips and tricks that you'll be able to form an amazing relationship with these animals, because that's not really how it works. It takes a lot of years, it takes a lot of time, effort, passion, love, and all of that. But if you guys want to learn more about it, please let me know down in the comments. I would really love to make these videos for you guys. I feel the more I get to share everything that I do and everything that I've learned with everyone makes it so much more worthwhile, and it's shining a light on all of these amazing animals. And obviously the key is to respect animals and to love them, and just share the passion of wildlife. Trying to film my outro, and this guy came along. Look at him. Look at him. Please remember to turn on your post notices, otherwise you're not going to know when a new video comes out. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I love you all, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. Again. Every animal's face can tell a story. Doesn't matter if it is scarred up or not. I just feel that if I see this animal's face, it's almost like it's speaking to me, and I can almost feel like the character of the animal just by looking at his eyes and his face itself. But with this male, he has extremely a lot of scars in his face, and it's basically a storyline. He's one of the oldest males here, and he has been through a lot, man. He's had an amazing life, and through all of those lives, he's had a bunch of females that tried to claw him, a bunch of fights with males, and it's just simply amazing. So whenever you look at any animal's face, now you know that each animal's face tells a different story.